Well, good morning, humanity. It's July 5th, 2021, and it's our favorite time of the week because it's Mondays with Bev and Paul. And hi, everybody, my name's Paul.
Good morning. This is Bev.
Good morning, Bev. How are
Good
you this
morning, Paul.
day? Yes,
I'm wonderful today, and you?
I'm good since we finally had some rain, zero point 0.8 inches.
I love it. I'm so happy for you guys.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. Now it's muggy.
Oh.
You may as well be living down south somewhere. Now the chiggers come out and the mosquitoes and
Chiggers. Yeah, I remember dealing with those.
but it was I posted this thing and the rain and it started some streams and the plants are just absorbing it, and so I wrote this thing about it just shows you there's hope. I mean, we had those 115, 118,
Oh,
and here was this moment of hope. Everything's going to be okay. And I thought, well, now there's a good topic for us.
for a show.
Yeah. And so there is hope with BioTouch, and we want to talk about what this hope is. And if you have any ideas, put it in there, like Jenny Garner, who says, Good morning, Bev and Paul. Let us know what you think hope is. And after I posted that, I had a friend post, and then I looked it up. The friend of mine posted, Hope is an anchor for the future. And I thought, well, now that's not quite what I was thinking about. And then
Right.
a guy named Krishnamurti wrote, Belief is a form of hope, and to have hope is to be in despair. And I thought, well, now this is interesting. So what is
That's
the,
interesting.
yeah,
Well, that one reminds me of, well, if you have expectations, prepare to be disappointed.
yes, exactly,
Right?
exactly.
So it's interesting because I think the most accepted thought about what hope is something to look forward to, that there's something coming or there's something out there. But um, as you and I have talked in relationship to biotouch, which is what we're always wanting to do, hope in that relationship of practicing biotouch between two people, that's when in that present moment hope can really take root, because what does it do? It just brings us into this unlimited potential, and we know, as we always talk about awareness, that biotouch encourages in our lives, that you had mentioned, and you can go more into it, about independence.
Oh yeah,
To
happy Independence Day. Happy 4th of
Yeah,
July, everybody in the
and
US.
how we have the in that hope that we are powerful enough to change, make different choices
Right.
in our lives. I think that's a lot of what biotouch brings in terms of hope,
And,
that there is everything waiting for us.
yeah, and I think
That's
that
what that awareness is there for.
that's that anchor this woman was talking about. It anchors us in the present,
Yeah.
and I think as you were talking about, the hope then is everything's going to be the way it needs to be when it needs to be. you know,
Yeah.
you
As
know,
long as you're what? Conscious or
right,
aware right now.
right, and
It does
taking
us no good to delve into what has been, what was, who cares, except to learn from.
right.
And are we going to set up tension about, well, what's coming? Who knows?
Right, and then
All we have is now.
we create a belief system about the future
Yeah,
based on our meager littleness. Like
right.
I can even, people always say now, picture what you want in the future. Picture, those little seminars you used to go to. And now, just what
Right.
do you want? Especially if it was a multi-level marketing thing. How many
Oh,
cars do
gosh.
you want? How many
Yeah. How much
houses do you
money
have?
you want
Right.
flowing in?
And I always thought, and BioTouch has really crystallized that for me, is when I'm doing BioTouch, and we can talk about some of the recipients you work with, there's this hope. The hope it's going to be okay because I can't even conceive of what this person needs. What is my path supposed to look like here?
Yeah, that's interesting because like I was mentioning before the show, and a couple of recipients, recent ones in particular, that I recognized that when I was doing biotouch with them, I didn't know anything about them, or what their bodies, how it would react. We don't give guarantees. We don't know what in the world's going on. We don't know. However, just the fact that I was offering biotouch to them, there was this sense in me for them. I guess you could call it hope, that all those possibilities are available to them right
Yeah.
now in this moment. That's what biotouch is giving them.
Yes.
This incredible journey of becoming independent enough to make those critical choices to change however they want it to be. It's this just beautiful.
Right. And I think, well, we have a couple of things people have said. We have Kai, who said hope can be the reason to keep going. And Paula, hope is recognizing that we can choose love over and over again. And Kai, but instead of hoping, I personally rather just be and trust.
There you
Trust,
go.
yes. So, and BioTouch, it crystallizes us into that present moment,
Right.
into, and let's share that story we always share, that young couple in their mid 20s. That the young guy has a brain tumor. They've gone to all kinds of healers and prayer circles and this and that, and somehow they hear about BioTouch. And he comes in. He basically can't speak. He can't write. Wonderful young couple. I mean, just this beautiful couple. And we start working with him. And lo and behold, he's able to start writing a little bit. It was like third grade writing, but he
Yeah.
was writing sentences about how he was feeling inside.
Wow.
They actually felt so good after a couple of months of getting BioTouch. They went on a vacation together. Hadn't done that in
Mm,
a long time. So we showed her what to do with BioTouch. Not sure how much they did it, but interesting, when they came back, he started to deteriorate quite rapidly. And within a month or so, he ended up in hospice. And we even went to the hospice facility, and we had two times a day somebody from BioTouch would go over. The interesting thing between BioTouch and all the other energy modalities, prayer people that were coming in, is whenever you did BioTouch with him, there was a sigh in his
mm.
body. This hope. This it's a relationship,
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
knew even in this coma, even in his transition, there was somebody there. And then the short of the story was we went to the memorial. He did die. We went to the memorial, and his wife came up to us, and I was there, and she says, out of all the techniques we did, BioTouch gave us hope.
That's beautiful.
You know,
That
it,
goes way beyond his experience,
yes, yes,
in the body. This
yes,
is like, yeah, that's
because it wasn't
perfect.
about hope that his body was going to live forever.
Right. Or
They
he's going to get better or
Right. I
whatever.
mean, they really
They
came to
already
terms
knew.
with that. But that hope and that present moment, and going on that vacation, and that everything was going to be okay. Not going to be. Everything was okay. They were living in hope that everything's okay. And in that awareness, people find what they need.
Yeah,
It's amazing when we
exactly.
talk about BioTouch opening us up to self-awareness. It's like we open up this vessel, and all of a sudden we're sitting next to somebody on a bus or in the center or walking down the street, and they tell us about, it could be a diet, it could be a doctor, it could be a homeopath, it could be something, but it was just exactly what we needed to help us go the next step.
Oh, it's perfect. Well, I really believe that, love is our nature. The human family is the expression of love in the world. And some biotouch, this is why it's so powerful. It really allows us just to have something that we can step into and manifest this true essence of who we are, because it forces us to come together. And in that moment, we are expressing a love that's so much deeper than just, the words. It's why we say BioTouch lets us put love into action. And love is hope. Hope is love, because the whole the whole point is that we are more than our miserable little existences here.
Right.
That's the hope. That's the knowingness eventually,
Right.
the awareness. But we
So,
get to practice it
right.
with
So
BioTouch.
that's the key, is practice. Coming to that simplicity. Jenny and I were talking. She said in the psychotherapy world, they have this, I don't know, there's 28 letters or 32 letters, we counted it, to talk about love, because they can't say love. You're not allowed to love your
Right.
patient, right? You can
Yeah.
you can do da 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 da, but you can't
No
love
love.
them. Can't have hope, right? Those four letters. And it's like BioTouch anchors us into that hope. And the body can get better. And we don't know what that better means. We've never ever said we'll get rid of disease. We don't slap you on the forehead.
We never will.
No, but we know we do have, like, we're going to show the eye set. And we have this great testimonial of this man. He'd been blind for 20 years. Now, he came into the center. There wasn't this hope that he was going to see in the future. He'd resigned himself. I'm not going to see. I have this
Right.
disease. I've had it. But, I have these other situations. But we worked on it. We worked on his blindness. And you know what? Months later, and his testimonial is on our website. It's in the book, BioTouch Healing with the Power in Your Fingertips. He had moments of perfect vision. And he joked about it too. He said one day he was shaving and he got this perfect vision of the most ugliest creature in the mirror. That's the kind of guy this guy was.
That's funny.
He was funny. But he also had moments of perfect vision of the mountains while somebody was driving him to the center. Did he have hope that he would continue to see? No, but it gave him hope in himself, in what he was doing in life. And we just see that over and over and over. People feel better. They feel relaxed. Right. We know it reduces stress. That's a big part of just accepting who we are, our independence, as we talked about, being able to make choices because we want it. The whole thing with the vaccine, people are freaking out. Should I get it? Should I not? It's up to you. It's not a responsibility. It's up to yourself. What do you want to do in relation to your surroundings? And BioTouch over and over helps us live in this world. That's a good way to put it. It just helps us let this body live in this world.
Yeah.
So let's show how to do the eye set. And it works with any kind of eye condition. It could be nearsighted, glaucoma, cataracts. We've had people work with all kinds of things like that. And interestingly enough, some people get better.
Oh, yeah.
Some people end up getting the operations too. Right. That's okay.
That's okay.
Just do it.
The eye set is performed on the same side of the head. It may be used to address any type of eye conditions. Hold point X is located on both sides of the head and may be found in either of the following ways. Place the first two fingers of one hand in the indentation beside the neck muscle at the base of the skull. Then slide the fingers up the back of the skull, over a rise in the bone, to a very definite valley or dent, which is hold point X. Another way to find X is to estimate a point about 1/3 of the way down from the top of the ear and 1 to 1.5 inches behind the back edge of the ear. Again, there is a definite valley or dent in the skull, and this is hold point X. It is also the same as point 4 of the head set. To perform this set, hold X and touch points 1 through 4, which are on the same side of the head as X. These points are in a line beginning at point 1, which is just in front of where the ear meets the face. Point 2 is halfway between point 1 and the outside corner of the eye. Point 3 is at the outside corner of the eye. To touch point 4, ask the recipient to close their eye and touch on the recipient's closed eyelid. This is a sensitive area, so work gently. Repeat the procedure on the other side of the head. Hold point X, and with the other hand touch.
And so you just do it again on the other side. Very simple. If you're listening to this on the podcast, it should be very simple to do it.
It is, isn't it?
Yes, you can listen to those words and find them on yourselves. Just go to justtouch.com to download a preview copy of our manual or get the whole manual by becoming a member. You can learn with our classes. We can take you through it over a telephone for a very specific condition. We're here to be of service to you. None of us are getting paid here in the foundation, the International Foundation of Biomagnetics. It's a nonprofit, tax-exempt organization. We run on donation, have very minimal fees for our classes. We don't charge for our sessions at our Tucson Center. And our virtual trainings are really what it's all about now, because we can go all over the world. And our next one is July 24th. It'll be a Saturday, 9 to 4:30. What's important here is massage therapists, doulas, nurses, you can all get 8 CE credits for this class. And it's only $60, $48 if you're not getting the CE credits. So that's one way to learn it. We've been getting a lot of emails. I don't know why all of a sudden, but that's great. And we have a health condition workshop coming up with our own Amy Glog. And that is going to be about eating disorders, anorexia and bulimia. So join us for that. Amy has had her own experiences with eating disorders, so we're looking forward to hearing what she has to share with us. And then we teach the points. 3 sets, I think 4 sets of points on how to work with that condition. And it can give you hope.
Absolutely.
It can give you hope to live with these conditions. You know, you don't have to be a victim to these conditions anymore.
Right. You can choose
not
to be.
Yes. And it just takes a touch. Just touch one another, folks. We're here to help you do that. We have hope. That's why we keep doing this week after week, month after month, year after year, sharing these Mondays with Bev and Paul. Our hope is for you to be happy, healthy, and loved, to reclaim that birthright that you have. So
absolutely.
Join us any way you can. Well, Bev, thank you very much again.
Thank you, Paul. And thank you, everyone, for being with us this morning.
We'll see you all next week.
If pain has got you down and you live in town, take a trip down to Pima Street. The people down there are people who care. They will get you back on your feet. Put love into action. Put love into action. If you ever want to have any real satisfaction, choose love while you still can. Don't even try to understand the healing grace in your own hands. Put love into action. I know you have heard these beautiful words. Love thy neighbor as thyself. Using BioTouch will help you so much. You'll never need anything else. Put love into action. Put love into action. If you ever want to have any real satisfaction, choose love while you still can. Don't even try to understand the healing grace in your own hands. Put love into action.